Okay, and
He
then
wanted in the picture, that's what he was.
and then just for the folks that are here, I just want to say thank you for all the folks here. Thank you to the press, the veterans here. Today is a great day for Arizona. It's a great day for our veterans. You know, this has been a two-decade, challenge to get where we are today. And the senator and myself and other members and our colleagues 2.5 years ago took this on to a whole different level. And so here we are today to express that and our gratitude to our veterans and the people that serve our great country. And so with that, good morning. Thank you for all being here today. Today is about keeping a promise to Arizona veterans and their military families. It's about recognizing sacrifice, honoring service, and ensuring that the men and women who defended our country and our freedoms have this opportunity to achieve and maintain the American dream, which is home ownership. I am proud to announce one of the largest expansions of property tax exemption in Arizona history. With House Bill 4168, Arizona now offers one of the strongest property tax relief programs for disabled veterans anywhere in the nation. This legislation builds on the work we began with House Bill 2792 to fix a system that had become too restrictive and left too many of our veterans and surviving spouses, mind you, without meaningful help. One of the biggest problems was that the income limit. Many disabled veterans continue to work hard, build careers, start businesses, entrepreneurship, support their families, and strengthen their communities. That is exactly what we want. We want veterans working, we want them building businesses, and we want veterans putting down their roots and raising their families right here in Arizona. But under the old system, veterans lose benefits simply because they earn too much or because their home value increased. That doesn't make sense, folks. So we fixed it. Beginning in tax year 2027, income limits and home value caps will be eliminated. Veterans with a 100% service-connected disability and veterans receiving total disability based on individual unemployability will pay no property tax on their qualifying primary residence. Veterans with lower disability ratings will receive relief based on their disability rating. And for the first time, disabled veterans at every disability level will qualify for meaningful property tax relief, and those are called the thresholds. We also strengthen protections for surviving spouses, ensuring they can continue receiving these benefits and maintain them even if they move to another home. These reforms are more about, not just about tax policy, but they're about helping veterans stay in their home, build stability for their families, and continue building their lives right here in Arizona. Home ownership is one of the foundations of the American dream. The men and women who defended our rights and freedoms here today deserve every opportunity to share in that dream. As our nation celebrates the 250th birthday, we are reminded that generations of Americans have stepped forward to help defend liberty, preserve the American dream, and for those who come after them. The veterans we honor today carried that responsibility in our generation. As America celebrates 250 years of freedom, Arizona is making sure the men and women who defended that freedom can fully share in the American dream they helped protect. They gave their time, they gave their strength, and in many cases they gave their health and service in our country. This benefit is a small recognition of that sacrifice, and frankly, it's the least we can do, and it's been about time. I want to thank Senator Gowan, Robert Garcia, Arizona on Veteran Leadership and Council, our legislative colleagues, county assessors, the veteran organizations, and our military families who make these reforms possible today. Arizona should be the best state in America for veterans to live, work, raise a family, buy a home, and retire. Today, we just moved one step closer to that goal. Thank you to every veteran and military family for your service and sacrifice. It's been an honor to work on this. I want to thank you, and I want to add one more thing. You know, 2.5 years ago, when we started this journey, we can now say we were ranked 48th in the country for property exemption for our vets for home ownership. We are now, we can say proudly and honorably, respectfully, Arizona is now #1 in the country with this bill, this reform happening. So thank you all. I would like to introduce Senator Gowan.
Yeah. I don't mind shaking your hand, but I need that too. Look at all these mics. What is this about? All right, look at that. Now it'll hold it. Thank you all for being here. I especially want to say a welcome to our veterans and families, our organizations, and certainly to the majority leader here in the House for all the efforts that he's been putting forward as well. And our members, obviously, we needed them to make sure we got this done. And I always say, and I've always said, if you're willing to sign your name on a dotted line to die for our freedoms, we should do all we can for you. And I'm speaking English and freely here because you guys fight for us and fought for us. And there's no better respect than that we need to give. Earlier this year, Arizona took a major step, and the House Majority Leader Carbone with his 2792, when we were fixing the property tax situation, as you guys know. And then I had the Cabana bill of 1268, which helped with the 100% service-connected veterans and their spouses. So we were looking at this, and we were noticing that you might only have half your property exempt from the property taxes because your spouse might not have been able to take part in that. Well, that bill that we rushed up in February, we were able to marry up. We used a technique where both houses pushed it through and then shot it to the governor, and we were able to get a signature on that to make sure that the spouses were taken care of just as well as the veteran themselves. And you got the whole 100%. However, we had that mark, right? We had the limit of income, which I believe was $40,000, just under $40,000. And then if you had a disabled child or children in the house in that manner, it was $47,000 that was exempt. If you made over that at any amount other than your pension, and your VA disability or Social Security, if you were above any of those, then you were going to owe the taxes like everybody else. So, with this bill that we just passed, which was mine in the House or Senate, came over into the House, and the Majority Leader took it on because it got held up a little bit, and fought for that in the budget, which we got signed and we got a great tax bill too, the largest tax cuts in the state of Arizona with that bill. This was attached to that. And what it is you're 100% disabled, no more property taxes, start in 2027. And that follows your spouse even as a widow or widower. So they will get that benefit no matter what through their life as well. Because you serve together, right? You serve together. We know how that is. Our spouses serve with us as we're up here, and we're taking all the bullets from what happens up this way. You know, they have pain. So I can only imagine when you're taking the real bullets, what the spouses are feeling at home right now too, and when you were at war for us. We appreciate that solely from the bottom of our hearts. And as this majority leader was talking about being #1 in the United States on that, you know, we got to be pretty close to #1 in what we've done with our veterans, period. You know, since I've been here since 2009, we've done plenty of things. And one of the big ones as well was exempting the pension from income tax. And then remembering, I was just talking to one of our veterans here about remembering those who aren't with us anymore, right? Some gave all. Well, if you fly Old Glory at the Capitol, you see out here, what do you see flying with that? The POWMIA flag. You'll see that at the city halls. You'll see that at the county supervisors and all superior courts. If they're going to fly Old Glory, which they're going to do, right, then you must fly the POWMIA flag. And that's so we remember. So when children say, hey, mommy or daddy, what's that mean? They have to tell them what that means. That means some fought for you to keep you free, so you can ask that. And we're going to continue to do all we can to make sure that this state is #1 in the nation. We have 600,000 veterans here normally. When it comes snowbird time, we have as many or more than California does normally. And you know, California is the largest state in the union for population, period. And so they love to come here for snowbird time. We want to keep them here. Why? Good citizens, right? I think they've proven that. And so on a primary home, we want to make sure if you're 100%, zeroed out. If you have 1% to 99, you're going to get a formula-driven piece, and you're still going to get a piece of your property tax off. If it's a certain amount, you might get 100% as well, just because it depends on how much the home costs and such. So I know I have notes here that show you the different factors of service, what the percentages are. It goes off of right now, coming off the assessor's website. It starts at 4,873 if you're 99%, I guess is what you would say. And if you go below that to 1, it's a portion of that, you times it by that. So get to your assessors, talk to them, and make sure you sign up, because you're due this. You're due 1 through 99%, you get a portion off, 100% clear. Now it's primary house, so if you have rentals, you have 2 houses, you get your first house. And make sure you get that done. And we are so pleased and feel blessed and honored to be able to do this for all of you up here. And I am so happy you're here, partaking in this and making sure that Arizona understands their veterans love their state, right? Yes. Appreciate you guys. And with that, I think we're going to move to some other things. I did want to hit one other thing that we did for our veterans this year as well. And it was the Senate Bill 1275 that I put through. It allows county attorneys to establish treatment-focused veterans diversion programs, providing an alternate path through the criminal justice system as well. So if you have any of your fellows out there who are caught up in the system, as long as it's not violent or sexual, we can look to the county attorney to help them and divert them through a program so they can get help. And again, another step, right? Because we know when you come back, there's that little thing we call PTSD, and you guys have seen things I've never seen, and I can't imagine. And I thank the Lord you're out there doing that, so the most of us don't have to go see those things, right? So with that, hopefully this will be a benefit, to help, and we can divert and make sure we get our veterans healed as well. So with that, I'm going to move towards who's coming up next.
I was also going to ask, have we thought about using the same kind of ban that Utah has with the fireworks? And like, do you think it's a conflict of interest at all?
What does that have to do with this?
We'll take questions afterwards.
Let's get our veterans here. Thank you. Who's Robert up? Hi, Robert.
Got to squeeze in here. Well, I want to thank the legislators and especially Representative Mike Carbone and Senator Gowan for really pushing this forward. I know that for us veterans, home ownership for some people are unattainable. And for a lot of us that do have it, if it's your middle income or lower income, it's hard to hold. Even though you get one, doesn't mean you're going to stay there. So anything that helps with our property taxes or anything that helps monetarily is going to help them stay in their home, especially during hard times like now where inflation is really high and cost of living just increased, it skyrocketed. So, but this also puts us in line with other states for talent attraction for our veteran community. Veterans come with a lot of skill sets, whether they're young veterans, old veterans, middle age, it doesn't really matter. They all come with tons of skill sets, tons of abilities. And they can easily maneuver those into a current job position with any company whatsoever, or even continuing education, which helps our schools, our universities, and our community colleges. They also make great teachers, so we also attract a lot to education, and I'll throw that one out there as well. But thank you. The bill's gonna help tons. We've been waiting for this. We've been asking for this. This is gonna be a great deal for a lot of folks. You're really gonna impact a lot of veterans in this state. And once it launches, it's gonna be beautiful. So I appreciate it, and thank you, gentlemen. Yeah. Yes, Garcia.
What's your organization?
Arizona Veterans Leadership.
Good morning. Thank you very much for your time. Senator Gowan, Representative Carbone, thank you very much for this bill. I also want to thank Senator Gowan for the Veteran Treatment Court bill, and make sure Representative Travers gets a little bit of props on this too. Both bills will come a long way to help the veterans in this community. The veterans who are caught up in the court systems it's a tough thing. They have PTS, they do something not smart, and then they need a path to get out of it to become productive citizens. The program works extremely well. The property tax bill will help make Arizona be one of the best states in the country for veterans. I was talking to a veteran yesterday who's standing to my left about she moved here because this is a great state for veterans. We're now in the top probably 5 in the country now. This will bring more veterans to Arizona. The TMSCs, the Intels, the education. There's a lot of companies out there that will hire veterans, and we need more of them to come here. I'm with the Veterans Medical Leadership Council, and I am an Air Force veteran and a father of 3 who served, and my oldest is currently deployed. Thank you very much for your time.
Darren?
Well, good morning. I just want to thank the legislature for this past session for all of the bills that you passed that was favorable for the veterans and military. You have 2 bills that will allow people who are fully qualified in another state that move here with the military or for another job, they can come here and go to work. That's the EMS folks, the emergency people, also the physician's assistants are covered by that bill. There's a new pathway to enter the police work if you bring that experience with you from your service. So there's a new pathway there. So I want to thank the legislature for looking at those bills and passing them. So thank you very much.
There, we'll get you up here.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Hi, my name is Cheryl Schmidt. I teach nursing at Arizona State University, and I work a lot with the Pat Tillman Center. For those that aren't familiar, remember he went off to war and died and left the football field. And ASU is very pro-veteran, pro-military, and that's one of the things I like about it. I've lived in 4 other states, and this is the most pro-military, pro-veteran state I've ever lived in. I was inducted in the Hall of Fame, of the Veterans Hall of Fame here with my colleague Kathy, and I was interviewed by Imprints of Honor, so if you know any veterans that want to tell their story. And I was just in Washington last week. The book that they put my story in is going in the Library of Congress, so let veterans know about the Imprints of Honor program. It's a high school club. So thank you to Arizona for helping us veterans. Thank you.
Share a little bit about your story.
Oh, yeah, I signed up for Vietnam as a nurse, waiting list of nurses. So I'm one of those Vietnam era nurses that never got overseas, but they, in the 50th anniversary of Vietnam last year, they came out with Vietnam era hat. And I also served during Desert Storm, and that's when I got injured. They offered 100%, and I said, I still want to teach nursing. So I declined, went to 50, and now I'm working back up to 100 with the Veteran Evaluation Services program here that helps veterans get their percentage based on disability.
What does this property tax exemption mean for veterans like you and others that are 100% disabled and
That will help. The property tax exemption will help considerably. I'm 77, but I still teach, but most people in my age group don't work, and so they really need that property tax exemption. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. Okay, sure.
Who are all Vietnam veterans here? I say, welcome home. Thank you for your service. And for all, yeah, you can get your hat at VA. And for the rest of you, welcome home too. All your services have been heartfelt. Again, we're able to be free here. Press is free because of you all. So we appreciate all you've done. God bless you. Anybody, did you want to, anybody else want to talk? Mike, oh yeah, Mike, come on. He was lingering off in the side.
My name is Michael Infanzon, INFANZON. I am a lobbyist, so I know a lot of people here advocate. I actually get paid for it. I've been down here at the Capitol for 15 years. Let me tell you, in the past 15 years, what this legislature has done, what Senator Gowan, since I've known him, has done. Majority Leader Carbone has been a great leader in the House. Suicide prevention pilot program, first one in the country. Stolen Valor bill a couple years ago by Representative Blackman, protecting the honor of our veterans who served. Not only the property tax on multiple occasions, but the intricacies of jobs, employment, helping veterans on the ground with mental health services, helping the simple thing of the veteran service organizations and their property taxes being not having to be paid for. So that helps those organizations like the DAV, VFW, American Legion be able to offer free benefits or free counseling for those veterans to be able to get their benefits. Okay, this is just one more piece of the puzzle to make Arizona the veteran hub of the United States. Plain and simple. Thank you all.
Take questions? Yeah. I just want to add, though, I did leave someone out, Representative Walt Blackman. He could not be here today, but he's been a big part of this behind the scenes. So I want to thank him for his efforts. You just spoke to the Valor bill. That was his. He sponsored last year. And so just wish we just have him in our prayers right now. So thank you. We'll take questions now pertaining to this topic specific to veterans. So we'll go.
Does the exemption extend beyond the veteran? Like if a kid or a grandkid inherits the property, does that stick with it?
No, it's only for the surviving spouse.
Do you think that could be something in the future? Is that possible?
If that's where our veterans want us to go, we can have those conversations. We'd be more happy to.
What's next?
I don't know if we can share that yet. I don't want to take away from today. This is a big day. I think we should be proud as Arizonans and for the state of Arizona. You know, you look at New Jersey, Illinois, New Jersey, Illinois, Florida, Texas, top states that do stuff in property exemption for their vets. We just topped that, and we should be proud of that. These are workers. These are entrepreneurs. They bring good skills, and they fought and they've served. We have a lot of bases and forts here. We need to keep them here, keep their families here, and build those roots, continue that. And so I'm just honored as Senator Gowan and our members to be able to get this thing done. It's been an honor to do it. They serve us. It's the least we can do to serve back in our state communities.
Yeah, that's a good question, Michael. You know, when I came here to the legislature, I was the vice chair of military affairs, public safety in the House. Then I became the chairman, and then so forth, so on. Became majority leader. I'll throw speaker in. And then went to the Senate. But it's always been on my heart to help our military, whether they're still there or they're veterans or our public safety guys, because that's inherently in my heart. And so it's been my goal, and I know it's Michael's goal as well, because we've spoken a lot. And as you can see, we work well together here to make Arizona the #1 spot for our veterans, the hub, as we talk about. And we still need a few more of those veteran homes, which we were started out. That was my first cut of my teeth, is getting the veterans home in Tucson done, getting those dollars down there so we can get the federal match to build that. And then Flagstaff, we need a southern one too in the southwest area. So we need to see those happen. We have our cemeteries for our veterans all around so that they can be around their families. The families can come and see the grave sites. So we need to do that all over the state as well. So this isn't it. We're going to continue to make sure that veterans feel the most welcome in this state. And so we're going to do that, and that's what we're going to march towards.
Was it easy to get bipartisan help from both sides?
This one tends to be an easier situation, right? Everybody loves their veterans. So yes, it's really good to have it mixed. As you heard, Representative Travers, she helped in some of this stuff. And I have to throw a shout out to Senator Payne as well. He's my cohort. I'm military affairs and border security. It used to be military affairs, public safety, but he has the public safety side. He and I work very well together in the Senate to make sure that these things happen. So as you threw it out, and Walt Blackman, obviously, Gillette. I mean, we can keep saying many. So.
Did either one of you have constituents where things got to the point where they actually lost their homes with the property tax being the issue?
I don't recall that.
I can speak to that. I don't know any, but I know they're close because they're in those situations. It's tough times, in the last decade specifically. But yeah, I've heard constituencies on my side that they're saying this is just because of the challenge of the income limit and stuff, and they're already on the verge. They're already having hard times because a lot of these folks in the population, and some of the disability and these veterans, they can only work part-time, maybe not full-time. So it did affect them in different ways, and it's not one fits all. It really isn't.
With inflation and all, this is going to help because it's a fixed income for the most part.
If you look at Maricopa County specific to the proper of here, where the big base of homes are, you're looking, I believe it's on average $250 a month on a property tax. When you look at that, how much that does for affordability, it's huge. $250 will go a long way today. And so that's what we're talking about.
Thank you,
Does,
guys.
do veterans without disabilities qualify?
Not yet.
Anything?
No.
Not yet?
But a good question.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for everybody
God bless
taking the
you.
time. Happy 4th of July. Be safe.